Hello, are you ready to restart?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yeah, shall we
Oh,
start again? Yeah.
Or maybe before starting again, is there any question from anybody from the previous session, previous lecture, by chance? Any feedback?
You can leave the question on chat. Maybe even in Korean is also fine.
Yeah, then we can revisit the questions afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on then. Okay.
Yeah. Let's start the second part of the lecture. So we just finished in chapter 2, and we studied Euclidean distance, network distance, and the concept of distance decay and the concept of weight. So actually, from now on, is the really key part. So you have to really focus on this lecture because you have to understand these two concepts. The first one is centrality, and second one is accessibility. Actually, I just use the word accessibility quite often while doing the previous time, but actually there is two different kind of clearly different concepts. The first one is centrality, and second one is accessibility. Maybe the result shows kind of like look similar, but the concept is very different. So, and then the way of using or the way of purpose is very different as well. So, please keep focus and yeah, follow this lecture. So I will explain about the centrality analysis first. So in centrality analysis, there is four things: betweenness, closeness, strangeness, and degree. So this is the four kind of categories under the centrality analysis. So in graph theory, the centrality calculated to determine the hierarchy of nodes or edges within a network, which means that which node is more important than the other. So actually, in the network, it is a kind of unequal condition because if you depart from a origin to destinations, you have to decide route, right? You cannot access very evenly to all destinations. There is all different kind of importance or hierarchy in a city. So actually, some people saying that this network analysis is about the inequality calculation for urban context. So by using the centrality analysis, you can understand the order of the node or order of the edges in terms of importance or in terms of your interest. So let's move on. So this is a kind of, if you just type like what is a centrality analysis on Google, you can find this image very easily. So these three things are sharing same network and same node, same origin and same destination. But under the different concept, it represents different results. So how it can be, like it's all about the centrality analysis, but each one has a different structure which can be explained through this research. The first one is a betweenness. In urban context, betweenness reflects the actual pedestrian flow density. So how many visits that node or how many visits a kind of street. within the network. So for example, in false color, there is like a gradation from warm color to cold color, which is from red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. So the warm color represents the higher value, just in general. And cold color represent the lower value. So if you can understand here, the warm color here is orange, yellow, and orange. Here is very important or higher index betweenness in this network. But here, as you can see, this is the result of the closeness. So if the center part has if it is they located in middle of in the center of the network, it represents more warm color, the more close to the red color. So it means that it has a higher closeness index value. But under the degree analysis, this part and this part, two parts has like higher degree value. So even though we use the same network in the city and same destination, or maybe we have a similar origin, but under the three different kind of method, you will get a different understanding of urban hierarchy or urban order. So this is the result done by our NNA toolbox for Cambridge area, Massachusetts.
We got a question. So what do you mean by high degree value? This is the question.
Oh, okay. That's very sharp question. I want to see the chatting. I can see. Actually, each one has the different meaning. So, for example, for betweenness, higher betweenness value is better, but closeness is higher, could be better. But for example, like degree is maybe lower or higher is better. So it's under. I will explain more details about how you can interpret the result value. So sometimes higher is better for friendly environment, but sometimes lower index value is better for pedestrian walking environment. But or maybe for instance, like for car traffic, maybe it could be different. So, but I will explain how you can interpret the result value. But I will just focus on the pedestrian walkability, the concept. Yeah. But here you have to understand, even though the centrality analysis explained about the urban hierarchy in a network, but even share the same network, same destination, same origins, but the urban composition and order could be different under the different concepts. So betweenness is about the total number of shortest path. But here I just say like index value because it's not a kind of like absolute number or like just total number or total number of something, because this is index value, so it can be like something between 0 to 1, or it's kind of like each numbers has a dependent each other, so it's not an absolute or single kind of numbers. So I will just say it is index value. So here the betweenness index, I just say index here. So it's about the total number of shortest paths. So this index number reflects the realistic pedestrian flows in the network. So which means that this is the I is the here is the I and J is the node. I could be origin and J could be destination and given radius. We always need a given radius for a network, right? So betweenness count that the total number of shortest path from A to J, and then we just pick a certain location, and then we just count the shortest path values on a street. So we a certain points, and we just divide it by the total number of the shortest path. So is it clear? Hopefully it delivered well. So for example here, I explained before, the red color represents the better index. So better betweenness means that better the more digits on a certain area. So here is a Harvard Square, Harvard Station, Central Station, and Kendall Station. So this warm color represent more people use this network, this node, than the others. But as a I live here neighborhood, and I pretty much understand this urban context. It's pretty much very makes sense. So this is Massachusetts Avenue Street, and this is Main Street, and people really use this street because it's shortest paths and very wide and main street. So this betweenness analysis really reflect well this Cambridge urban context. The second one is the closeness. Closeness is just measure how close two points are each other. So this closeness index can be calculated by using the shortest path length. Actually, this one is just counted the number of shortest path, but this one used the length of shortest path between 2 points. So here again, the number of we get the average of the to get the average of the shortest path length from a node. We just sum all the possible shortest path length from A to B, and just divide it by the total number of the shortest path in a network. So here, the lower value is better, because the lower value means the more good kind of network between two. So it's a shorter distance between 2 points in general, compared with other relations. So here we can see that, of course, like here, the central station area is the center of this whole network. So this area should be really, really good closeness than the others, because here the shortest path distance should be shorter than these areas, right? If this area want to travel to the metro station, it travel to much longer distance than this area, and also here as well. And straightness explains about the connectivity issue between 2 points. So we learn about Euclidean distance and network distance, right, people? So this one really literally use the two concepts. So in general, Euclidean distance should be shorter than the network distance, right? Because Euclidean distance is just the straight line between 2 points, but network distance should be traveled along this actual network, right? So this is very simple. Just divide it by the Euclidean distance, just divided by the network distance. And here, as you can see, higher straightness index means the higher efficiency of in the network, because if Euclidean distance and network distance value are close to each other, there is a very, very little gap it should be the higher result, right? So it means that higher efficiency network, because the network distance or pattern of network should be very simple looking, like Euclidean distance. So here you can see that here the higher value is better, right? It's a more efficient network condition. So around the Harvard station area is very good efficiency in terms of network pattern. And here around the Central Station area has a really good network efficiency, and even here is very good as well, because this is a Mass Avenue main street, so this area can along this street. So yeah, it reflects in general, like by using the centrality analysis, you can get kind of like overview when you understand the urban context. You know, it's like kind of bird's eye view, you know, like you can understand which point is better or better index or better quality than this. And lastly, we is about the degree. Degree is very simple. Just simply count the number of edge at a certain point. So, for example, here it reflects that. I will show you how to do it later on using NNA toolbox. The warm color represents more edge than cool color. So for example, the orange color represents the this node has the 4 edges. So here as well, and the green has only 3, and dark green has only 2 connections. And yeah, this one is just simply count how many connectivities on each node. So here you can say like higher degree index means that one node is more connected to another node. So if a city generally has a very lower degree index, it means that the city fabric has a very evenly connected. Like for example, Manhattan, it would be like 4 edges, very evenly, the same degree values over all the cities. It means that the city fabric shape looks very even, like it's kind of very similar kind of context. Yeah.
And also we have one question here.
Mm-hmm.
So actually we have 2 questions here. One question is what I think shortest path between 2 nodes is weird. Could you give us more information? Because when we talk about the shortest path, we have 2 things. One is the origin, the other one is destination in a network. So there's always should be one optimal, one the best shortest path in a network between 2 nodes. So this is what I'm trying to say. Is it right answer to that question?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, but I thought in the Betweenness, they're explaining the shortest paths. I thought there are only one path could be a shortest path, but
okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you're gonna explain the
Yeah,
thing.
this is very kind of confusing part. I understand why you have this question. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I can draw in here. So like in terms of to count the shortest path, like actually here the origin is home. So all the points are represent the home. Like this is home 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the destination is MBTAs, like which is the stations, subway stations in Cambridge. So like to get the like shortest path here, we count all the shortest path possibilities from here. Like here, like here, and this one is like here. I don't know. I will just draw myself. I can explain this later in NNA toolbox because we can literally show the shortest path as well. But I just conceptually I will explain here now. But later, using the toolbox, I can explain more detail. So actually, yeah.
That's basically my understanding of because I actually write this algorithm based on the Jung-Hyun's direction. So what I did is an individual home calculate the shortest path toward 3 different MBTA, and then all nodes gonna have 3 different shortest paths, right? Because we have 3 different destinations, right? So this is the I think a quick explanation of the shortest path.
Yeah.
And then we can basically sum them and then calculate the based on the algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah. So here is the destination, and here is the origin. Yeah, maybe we have one more destinations here, maybe. So like the shortest path can be like this, like that.
Because
and
we
the shortest path
is an
is,
individual destination.
yeah. So here is like, this one is like this again, and this one is like this, and this one this. So we literally calculate all the possibilities to get a destinations. So actually, if you just, when you think about the shortest path to the destinations, we always just think that you will take only like one options as following the shortest path, right? So in general, when we think about the shortest path, like if I live here, like, okay, this is my shortest path, that's it, because this destination is better, closer than this. But actually, in transportation planning, we have to count all possibilities. Like this is kind of very bottom line, very fundamental kind of method. But of course, based on that, like some researchers developed this model and just counted like why people travel to longer distance to get these same destinations. Maybe people just take the closest one, and some people based on this hypothesis, and then they develop their kind of Betweenness model based on their new hypothesis. But what I explain here is very fundamental, very basic stuff. So what we are doing is, like, for example, here, the total number of shortest paths is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4. And here, the shortest path is only 2. And here is 2. And maybe here is 3, right? So we summed all the yellow number of shortest paths, which is like, I don't know, n. And then if you want to know about the Betweenness index here is 2. But here is n and 3. And here is n, but it is 4. But here is n and 2, right? So this one reflect on the color like this. So here will be the red, here will be maybe orange, here will be maybe blue, just maybe green because it is 2. So like that makes sense, right? Because it's near the destination, so more people should pass by this destination, right? So if you look at here, the total number of like path is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe, I don't know, 7, something like that. So you understand the basic concept of the Betweenness? Okay, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. What we are trying to do is implement like a fundamental equation first, because you know, you can actually make it more complex based on your goal of your research, or based on your interest. You can actually mimic different types of analysis on a one bucket. But I think understand, as long as you understand the fundamental, I mean, it's how to is basically up to you, I guess. Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
confused about that. Sorry. I wanted to ask, so it's basically how many routes, shortest routes leading to a destination point? Because I'm confused about this part as well.
you mean the betweenness, or
Yeah.
maybe I think we move on, because like once you start to use the NNA toolbox, you can understand better, and we will explain the concept again while you are using the NNA toolbox.
I think it's good for us to look through, go through individual material, then we can revisit the question in case that people couldn't understand, I think.
Yeah. And we're gonna help you out to understand the things.
Absolutely.
I think the NNA toolbox, once you just play with the toolbox, maybe you can understand the concept better. And if you need more help, we will help you out. Okay. Yeah, it's not very complicated, but it's not easy to observe, you know, like with like one lecture. I understand.
Even for me, it takes like more than 2 weeks to understand all the equation. Actually, the Jung-Hyun will spend like a lot of time to, you know, explain.
Yeah.
This, yeah, I understand. I think this is totally makes sense.
Yeah. And the second concept is about the accessibility analysis. In the accessibility analysis, there is three things. One is a reach, second one is gravity, and third one is a Hof Model. So actually, this concept is quite familiar, because it literally understands like talking about how we access to somewhere, you know. So just thinking about like how origin kind of factors, or let's say we can call it agent, can travel to the destination. That is the understand this kind of activity pattern in a spatial network is the key things to use this accessibility analysis. So actually, it's accessibility analysis is a researches in field of physical planning and spatial modeling for over 50 years. Like, it's a long time. It's very fundamental kind of knowledge in urban planning field. And so the concept of accessibility explains the activity pattern, as I said, like how origin agent move to destination is the key kind of questions while we are doing the accessibility analysis. This person, Hansen, he is the kind of like first person pioneer to bring up this method, the gravity model. So if you have time, please read his paper. It's very good paper. It's very understandable. It's not very complicated. So you can just follow this link and then find the paper. So yeah, so accessibility analysis is really actually it's more complex model than centrality model actually, because we can interpret it with the origin weight and destination weight and even the network weight. But for the NNA tool basic version, we don't count about the origins, destinations weight and network weight. We just purely using this mathematical equations, and then we don't count the weight at this moment. But in an advanced version, you can apply the weight you can give the weight for origin and destinations and even to the networks. We just, at this moment, we just focus on the very basic and fundamental stuff. And first one is a reach analysis. This is quite simple. Like you just literally count some of the total number of accessible destinations. So for example, like here, yeah, we just visualize the by distance, but you can see here the changes of numbers here. Like here is 560, or hopefully you can read it. It's small, but the number is growing, right? By the distance, right? If the travel distance getting longer and longer, you can have more accessible destinations, right? The reach analysis is just simply count how many accessible destinations from a origin. So for example, from Kendall stations, if you wanna go to your home from MBTAs, by distance, you can have a different accessible number of houses from these locations. Of course, if travel distance is getting longer and longer, the accessible number of housing will be increased as well. Here, the gravity. I explained about the distance decay in the previous section. So as you can here, we adopt the distance decay to the reach model. So reach analysis is simply just don't count the distance decay concept. Just count the literally as following the network distance, just capturing all the accessible destinations from A locations. But the gravity model start to discount the accessible number of destinations by using decay value. So that means that accessible distance will be decreased by the beta value, right? This one explain that. So it's the same condition from the reach model. You cannot see the number here. Sorry about that. But the number should be decreased from the reach model. Like maybe we can see the number maybe from here. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to read here, but I will show how different between the reach model and gravity model in a NNA toolbox. But you have to understand this concept. The reach analysis is just simply count the number of accessible destinations by distance. But a gravity model just discount accessible number of housing by using decay value, which is could be 001 or 002 or 003, but it's a discounted, so it should be less number or less value than reach model result. And Hof model is a kind of advanced version of gravity model. This one is very useful for market analysis, market area for retail especially. So this model found the probability of demand between retails. We can say here retail, but any kind of destinations could be. But this Hof model is very useful for business location analysis or retail like patronage analysis as well. So this Hof model showing the probability. So if I stand here, if I stand here, so if I have three options to get to the MBTAs, like I have three choices, right? I have three choices. If I stand here, like I can go to Harvard Station or Central Station or Kendall Station, anything I can choose. But this one showing the probability, like which percent I prefer to travel to these destinations, like from here. But this one controlled by the destination weight. For example, Central Station, even though the Central Station has a shorter distance from here, but it could be the lower possibility because Central Station, they're kind of like maybe the subway didn't stop here and then just pass by. So if this person should take subway, so this person should detour this area, this station or this one. So or if you think about this one is like retail kind of condition, we assume that this is a 3 restaurants like here instead of like stations. Like there is a 3 options. You can choose which one is better for you. No, if you just think about the distance issue, of course you will take this restaurant, right? But if this restaurant has a like better quality of food or cheaper kind of price, and or this restaurant has a like maybe very nice interior quality or very nice services, maybe this person take this restaurant, not this one. So this number showing all the probabilities, like if this person make a trip from here to get a destination, which percentage can attract this agent to get each destination. So this is advanced kind of concept from the gravity analysis, but it's really widely used for business location and retail marketing analysis. For example, Dunkin' Donuts or like Starbucks, they have a team to just evaluate and research about these strategies. While when they wanna decide a new franchise or new stores, they really adopt this strategy and then define their new locations. So of course you can test with this Hof model with our NNA toolbox. So yeah, we have only like very short workshop with me, and then after me the NJ will take the lecture after. So let's have a like maybe 5 minutes break and then come back to workshop. We're gonna play with the NNA toolbox. So if you can download it and yeah, just download it and maybe you can just follow me while I'm explaining each exercises. So yeah, let's have a 5 minutes break and yeah, see you after the break.
So should we download and install the NNA toolbox during the break?
Yeah, if you can, but if you don't have a laptop now, or like if you cannot, it's still okay. You can just yeah, like watch just workshop session, and you can just do it yourself after the lecture, because we provide this example files as well, so you can also do yourself as well.
Okay. And actually the NNA toolbox is a Grasshopper thing, right? So we all need Rhino already installed, right?
If you have a Rhino 6, the Rhino 6 already has a Grasshopper, so you don't need to download the Grasshopper separately. But if you have a Rhino 5, you have to download Grasshopper.
Okay.
Before you go, can you show us how we can download it? I'm sorry.
Okay. Maybe in 5 minutes, like we can shortly showing how to download and how to install the NNA toolbox. Yeah, we will show. Is it okay, Nada? Yeah, we will show. Yeah, how to download it and how to install it. Okay. Yeah. Let's gathering again in 5 minutes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.